Okay guys, we had a little bit of a recording problem. You guys have missed a little bit of stuff, but not too much. Basically, all that's happened between this video and the last video is we killed a group of orc shamans, and it opened the magical barrier before us. We then walked down into a market square. I'll retrace my steps and show you where we've gone and what was there. There was just a recording issue, so... When we reached the market square, the avatar says that this tower is ancient, it's been 1,000 years old, and that she has no interest in history. However, if we have interest in history, there's a library very close by, which we were supposed to go to. As soon as that conversation ended, we got a message from our lord stating that a new delegation had arrived in the throne room and asked us to come up and visit them and see what's going on up there. And this is where we are, we're at the loading screen. A new delegation arrives before the Crystal Throne. Dwarves, the renowned race of miners and smiths. One of them approaches and speaks in gruff tones. We come to aid you with a pledge of craftwork and arms. Aham Rakam, Rune Lord, son of Rogheim, master of blades and bearer of fire. I never yield in battle, never leave a comrade behind. For 10 nights, I didn't sleep a wink. Visions of this great tower, and a haunting voice kept calling to me. Only when I resolved to come here did I sleep once more. I have traveled deep into the bowels of many mountains. My hammer and my knowledge will be invaluable when you explore this tower of yours. I'm honored to join your expedition if you had me. Another valuable offer of support you cannot afford to refuse. You can now add Rakim, Rune Lord, to your party. And a Rune Lord has joined our party. He resides in the Artificer's Hall, which is apparently a new building. Rakim, our Rune Lord, is a fierce frontline warrior, able to wear heavy armor. Among other things, he can place element traps and reduce enemies' armor. Like all dwarves, he is extremely hardy and easily underestimated by an opponent unfamiliar with their martial expertise. His ancestors wrought great halls under the mountains of Artara, though their legendary mining, smelting, and smithing skills have been lost to them for many hundreds of years. He resides in the Artificer's Hall and brings the knowledge of an item forge. A way to upgrade the equipment. Oh, cool. So we can upgrade our weapons and armor now. That's kind of neat. So the number of possible upgrade counters are in gray boxes next to an item, and it depends on the item quality. Magic items, the least perfect, have the highest number of counters, while relics have the lowest. The maximum number of counters on any item is 5, although it cannot be rolled on a new item, and special actions are required to achieve that. Okay. Cost increases with each upgrade slot used. Forging an item worthy of legend will cost you dearly. Okay, I got it. So the Artificer's Hall is where he lives. We can upgrade it to level 2, but we don't really have that much money, so it's not super important. He is already level 3 though, so maybe it is important to do that. He comes to us at level 3, which is nice. Well, oh, we don't have the blueprint. Never mind. Well, at least we have Rockham now. So we're going back to the living quarters. I'll show you guys where we were, like what we did between videos. We'll just load the map. Okay, so we ended off the video here. I think we just walked here. We got this relic chest. Walked up here. There's a totem. We deactivated the shield with it, and then fought an orc group. And there's a couple chests. They had nothing really of value in them. Walked here, past the fountain. The fountain was evil and would have given us a -1 mastery on whoever drank it, so we didn't drink it, obviously. Came down here. There's another small chest, and then this is the market. So you didn't miss too much. Really sorry about the recording problem, but here we are. What skills do we have? Inner Fire. 2 times for 200 weapons. What's it do? Mana per hit. Does that mana come back? Oh yeah, we mana leech on each hit. Sold. Maybe we should give him a 200 weapon. Let's give it some fire damage too. That sounds awesome. Okay. So that's step 1 for him. He also gets fire runes or blinding smash, or flash, sorry, or fire barrage. Well, he has all those, but fire rune sounds pretty good. He has a lot of fire damage, which I guess kind of makes sense. This adds extra runes and adds a stun duration. And this makes it adds another rune as well, but explosion damage. Thanks, stun. All right, that looks pretty good. Wait, we have to go back 1. We get a second one of these, give it more fire damage. And we will use a 200 weapon on him. I'm thinking the sword. And he wears heavy armor, but we have kind of junky heavy armor currently, unfortunately. We don't even have any proper, like, chest plate armor for him. Maybe we should go forge some. We'll see. Alright, so now we have a dwarf with a two-handed sword. There's some undead up here. Go find some gold, though. I'm really kind of curious to see how he does in combat. He looks beefy. Like, does he have a lot of life? What are his stats? We should do his stats. I think for him, we're going to go with the Might Mastery Life. Or not Might Mastery, Might Speed Life. For now. Maybe I'll go -1 speed. Just get him to that full 10 might to give magic and armor penetration. He has a higher DPS than our main character by quite a lot, but his armor is nowhere close. Armor 34. Average resistance is 15%, 16, and 7. His resistances are really high, actually. Anyways, we need to get some money to level up our dwarf to level 4 so we can join the rest of our group at level 4. There's another forge here and some enemies. I wonder if we can just take them on. Looks like there's a library ahead of us. What are they? Oh, they're construct guards. Okay, we've fought these before. Defend 2 mana orbs against a large group of construct blade masters cross-mounted guards. If you let them support each other, they will decimate your party. This is defending mana orbs. Okay, let's try it out. We have 2 mana orbs to defend. Let's get these 2 on this side and these 2 on this side. Okay. Where are they coming from? I just want the first group so I can focus fire. Okay, they're coming in. I'll leave our druid here for now. We're nowhere close to in range. There's a lot of damage, actually. Let's go fight them. That side's perfectly okay for now. Runes. For a dwarf life, he does lots of damage, but he doesn't survive a lot of damage. You guys can stay here and fight. Oops, didn't mean to misclick that. I want you to make me a tree right there. Pull back. Go help that side. We're at 36%. Oh crap. Go here. You go there. Oops. Damn it. Misclicking that. Go take on that one. We don't want to lose any more health on our magic barrier thing. Our Orby. Okay. This is going pretty good so far. Go back. Just hammer them. Okay, let's finish off this group. And then these guys go up there. We're 75%, which is going pretty good. Okay, fire those healing sphere here, just to be sure. Why isn't the dwarf moving? Oh, he doesn't have... He's not set to move. There we go. That should be better now. Our dwarf is gonna die horribly. He's tanking too many things. There we go. There we go. Alright, we're fine. I think this is the last little group of them anyways. Done. Wheat. Our dwarf actually did a fair amount of damage, all things considered. Self-healing, 800, or 115. His self-healing is way higher, obviously. And we got some new armor. Mountainous steel plate of lesser resistance. A relic chest, an enchantment scroll, which gives 20% slow for 10 seconds, 30% chance to daze. We got a new axe and some gold and some other stuff. There are some books in here. Let's take a look. Your party tries to take a book that looks particularly interesting, but seems to be attached to the shelf. When they try to pull harder, they hear a click and then a loud rumbling in the distance. A secret passage has opened. Well, that's kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that, but here we are. The book has a series of drawings of strange animals locked in enclosures. Some of them look very fierce, and your champions are surprised to see people standing close by, often with children. It's a zoo. What time is it? It is an anchor that defines our place and purpose in life, and when our life ends, it just drops its chain into the sea of eternity. Or is it a canvas on which the universe is painted, our lives as a tiny speck of color? Well, you find this interesting. This is neither the time nor the place to engage in such philosophical matters. Your champions find a thick tome that must be at least 2,000 pages long. They open to random pages. The essence of trade is equality. One must not profit from exclusivity of his trade, as it will create economical imbalance, disastrous in the long run. One must value his time and consumed resources accordingly. For this purpose, we created fair judges, impartial and always objective in their judgment. They are locked in serpent stone and have been distributed to all major commerce centers. Ah, they're very Puritan capitalism, where the trade is good but don't be too greedy, sort of thing. I don't think I want to upgrade anything yet. I'm gonna have like 8 million forges to visit, where I'm worried about upgrading weapons, armor that I haven't even touched in years. Alright, let's take a look at our new weapon though. Its damage is vastly higher than our current one, so let's swap those out. And it does some cleave. It doesn't have the... Oh, it does have +2 speed as well. Our DPS jumped up by like double for our main character, or our fighter. There's a snake bow, and a lesser scroll. It's +1 might. We'll give it to our Kane, so maybe he can actually hit things better. Statue of Commerce. That doesn't make any sense. 1010 plus 232 equals 521. 45 times 12 equals 7. Another speaking statue. Someone went to greater lengths to keep the statue hidden. I gather it's more powerful than the others. Be cautious, everyone. But that math doesn't add up. It's speaking nonsense. I wonder if it can even hear us at all. My hearing is exemplary. Thank you. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? 16 divided by 26 equals 3. Who are you? What is your purpose here? I'm a guarantor of truths and the fairest statue of all. What are these truths you're guaranteeing? Most important truths of all, of course, the truths of commerce. I guarantee that exchange rates are accurate and that goods traded are valued properly. in exchange for a negligible commission. I am essential to the stability of trade within the tower. By my will alone, the foundation of a strong economy exists. Now be gone, I'm busy. Unless you have gold, do you wish to invest? Sure. The current rate of return stands at 7.8% compound per annum. How much do you wish to invest? I seem to remember some ancient human tale about a woman in a garden with a snake and ulterior motives. Probably best not to trust a snake. There's something about this thing that makes my skin crawl. I'm gonna quick save and see what happens if I give him money. Kane puts the gold onto a narrow plate at the base of the statue. The plate opens and the money disappears into a dark chamber below. Clinking and rattling sounds echo deep below the floor for many moments until they eventually trail off to silence. You invested in the 10-year bond at 7.8 compound per annum, minus the 250 gold administrative fee. You will receive 530 gold in the year 1010 AS. Please return upon maturation. A decade? You don't mean to say you really expect us to return to this place in 10 years? I warned you against mixing finances and serpents. Please return upon maturation. Honorless thieving scoundrel, give us back our gold. Please return upon maturation. Oh well, the elf did try and warn us. Not dump our gold in there. Although I'm guessing. What I'm guessing is that there's a place way down in the tower that if you drop the gold in there, it will have matured because time flows differently here. So you'll return, or you'll go further into the tower and 10 years will have passed. And you'll find a giant pile of gold waiting for you there. So it's sacrificing early in the game to get more later in the game. I'm guessing. I'm not 100% sure on that. That just seems sort of like what it's leaning towards. Also, we're at $336. We should probably level someone up. We'll fight this group first, though. Would you look at this door? A masterwork of dark gold, if I ever saw one. Nigh unbreakable. I wish I had a diamond chisel so I could chip off a piece to show my brothers. What is it with you dwarves? Always wanting to break or dismantle things. I'm truly perplexed as to how your cities stood as long as they did. Well, Sir Druid, I guess you can say it's just our nature. We want to understand whatever we come into contact with. Among my foes, it said that we were the greatest craftsmen in all our tower. We built wonders from metal and gears. Steam-powered machines that ran by themselves, furnaces that never went out, even flying machines of metal that can move people. When we were a wee laddie, my father taught me how to make small mechanisms for gears and springs, but it's nothing compared to what the stories tell. They say my kind can move the mountains. Came here to find out if those tales be telling the truth or lies. Then you'll be happy to hear the tales of your people are true. We saw visions with our own eyes. The land was once indeed home to steam machines you speak of, large as a building, and moving with incredible speed on steel tracks, and giant metal birds that flew through the air without flapping their wings. By Rulgar's beard. So it's true, I knew it. Deep in my bones, I just knew it. You brought me more joy than you realized, lass. Open. We need a key. Okay, the only way into the Grand Library is with a key. And unfortunately, we have no such key, so I guess we're going to a different battle. With this group of undead. That's a big looking dude. I'm guessing he is the Construct Blade Master. Just a straight up normal battle. That's perfectly okay with me. Where are we going first? There. You do that thing. And you do that thing. You do that thing. Even though our archer's going to take everything on by herself. So there were 5% each, we need to kill 20 things. Oh, it'll take a second to actually get up and running, I see. Okay. Actually, it's more than 20. They have less than 20 experience. He doesn't seem to move a whole lot. Oh, he's frozen, that's why. Oh, we lost our shield, that's why our damage went up so high. That was a two-handed weapon. Oh well. It's doing a lot of damage and I'm okay with this. Why isn't he going anywhere? He doesn't have stand ground on. He just doesn't like to move around a whole lot, I guess. There we go. I think I like the sword and board more though, to be honest. I think it's better for us. We did do more damage for sure with him. But I think we'll swap back the single-handed weapon and the shield. That armor's pretty nice. Swap that out. Then we'll give the dwarf the hand-me-down. And he can have this really nice, slightly worse two-handed weapon that he's using already, so never mind on that. Oh wait, what was the snake bow? Good. It is good. Swap that out. Gives lifesteal, critical hit, health. Yeah, pretty nice. Her armor is better than this one? Kind of? I mean, there's more resistances on this one by a lot, but less armor. But I think that might be better. Alright. There's a lot of gold on the altar here. Let's grab it. We need the sweet, sweet gold to upgrade our people and or send it down into the vault. Oh crap.
The races soon abandoned all research into new technologies. They grew complacent, weak. Even the elves, usually reserved and aloof, became consumed by this newly found omnipotence. Why waste time and energy if you could get everything with a wave of your hand? Why grow crops if you could summon up a table full of exotic delicacies and noble drinks? They drank and danced all day and night long, and they all ignored the first signs of the change. People began to fall ill. One by one, their senses began to fail. Their sight, hearing, taste. Nothing that a short burst of power couldn't heal. At first. But the more power they absorbed, the more serious their illness became. Some became paralyzed. Some stopped caring and stood motionless, just staring into the sky. Some just stopped eating and died. And then came the visions. People started to see things around them. Dark shapes floating in the wind, circling, watching, waiting.
Damn, that's not good. And we found some items, of course. Shield and some gold. What an absolute waste, throwing away centuries of labor and progress for a quick and easy fix. Ah, Sir Druid, but don't be so quick to throw stones. The vision showed a few elves with more than their heads full of ale and magic. Indeed, although I highly suspect whoever is responsible for these mental presentations is perhaps a bit of a dramatist. I just don't understand how they didn't put two and two together and realize it was magic making them sick all along. It's far easier to judge a situation when one is not in that situation, Maeve. I guess. But when people are dying, it seems like someone should have been paying more attention. Perhaps they didn't want to pay attention. Hedonists are often blinded to the harm they inflict both to themselves and others. True story, Druid. Good point. A toolbox. A set of rusted pieces of metal. Why are there so many items here that are in pristine condition while others have decayed? Because time is messed up here. These look like the remains of another villager that ran away from the Sleeth. Next to him, your party finds an old note, but they can make little of the charred scrap of paper. Oh. Well, that's kind of sad. He tried to write something out for his last words, and now it's not even readable. On the table, there are scraps of strange wires. The metal looks similar to gold, but is much darker. The wires are twisted together and linked in a chain. It is very light, yet incredibly strong. What were they used for? Your champions have no idea. We have a new shield, by the way. Let's take a look at that. Really quickly. Better armor, better resistances. Skill doesn't increase as well, but we'll take it anyways. Another teleporter and more gold. We should probably go level up our dwarf. A sturdy chest standing on the table. After a very long time tinkering with the lock, your champions finally open it. Inside they only find motes of dust. Disappointing. But we're almost at half an hour, so we're going to end here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you next time. We'll continue through the living quarters. Take care.